where I expected there to be quite a fight for the break of the day. None of that came out, and Magnus Kort was allowed to ride away in the company of Perez from Cofidis. Majority of the stage turned out to be quite boring, yet boy oh boy did the final 10k make up for it. Goosebumps and tears to my eyes. What a demonstration by Jumbo-Visma and Wout van Aert in absolute beast mode up the Côte de Blanet, with behind him the expected reduced bun sprint. Here's the GC going into stage 5 with Wout taking an option on a few extra days in yellow. In the green jersey competition we only saw Jacobs and Sagan mixing it up with Wout in the intermediate sprint, which is quite an indication for the fight for green. Overall, Wout extended his lead over Jacobsen significantly. KOM leaderboard remains unchanged, with Kort adding 5 points to his tally, and with no points on offer in stage 5 and only 5 points on offer in stage 6, Kort will be wearing the polka dot jersey for at least another 2 days. For stage 5 we have the feared cobble stage from Lille Métropole to Arenberg Porte du Hainaut. It's 175 kilometers with 11 cobble sectors in the second half of the stage. I'll be cheering them on in sector 3, so tomorrow's prediction will drop late in the night, you'll find it in the morning. Here's what the bookies say about this stage. As you can see from the odds, calling the winner of a stage like this is even more difficult. In terms of the favourites for stage 5, Mathieu van der Poel has since long highlighted this stage, so I hope to see the expected fireworks from him. The big question I'm having is whether Pogačar will try to go with him, given that he has the best credentials amongst the GC men for a stage like this. Quickstep has a good representation of classics riders, with both Seneschal and Lampaert loving the cobbles and doing well on them. Alexander Kristoff will have a cobble for breakfast to break into the top 10, and in case you're looking for a dark horse, Adrien Petit may be your man. He came 6th in this year's Paris-Roubaix. At Astana, Moscon has been doing well in Roubaix, yet the entire team seems to be doing pretty badly. Not calling his name would be wrong though, he may flirt with the top 10. Jumbo-Visma indicated that today's stage is all about keeping their GC men safe, so it's unclear how much freedom Wout van Aert and Laporte will enjoy, because you clearly can't win this stage if you have to look out for somebody else. At Trek, both Stuyven and Pedersen are to be expected in this stage, and even though he may have to look after his GC colleagues, you cannot not take this year's Paris-Roubaix winner amongst your top 10 favourites. At Bahrain Victorious, Mohoric and Tratnik both love them cobbles. I do expect most of Mohoric, who came 5th in Roubaix earlier this year. On the cobbles, you can never exclude a former Roubaix winner or a rider who coloured the finale. I'm interested to see how Philippe Gilbert and Florian Vermeers will do. By now, we can safely say that Sagan is actually back, so I expect him to be in the mix. Same goes for Stefan Kung at FDJ. At Cofidis, Walscheid is a rider who also tends to do well on the cobbles and who could be brushing with the top 10. Degenkolb will also have marked this stage, as does Pollitt. Riding top 10 in the current field and with the form they've been displaying will be difficult though. Finally, at AG2R, I'd like to mention Oliver Nase, who may be on domestic duty for O'Connor though. Which brings me to my top 10 favourites, with Mathieu at the top. I would have put Wout next to him, yet I'm dropping him a level because of his expected domestic duties. Also Sagan gets 3 stars from me. Behind them it gets crowded in my book, with Kung, Lampaert, Pedersen, Stuyven, Van Baarle and Mohoric each getting 2 stars. Which leaves me with one name and a lot of candidates for the final star, where I thought about Kristoff and Tratnik, yet gave it to Seneschal in the end. In terms of my podium prediction for this 5th stage of the Tour de France, I'm going for a win by Mathieu van der Poel, followed by Sagan and Kung. Thanks for watching, leave your thoughts in the comments below, like and subscribe, and see you tomorrow.